I'm here. Don't worry. I'm here. I've got everything. Microphone check. Everything is all good. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Bitcoin, huh? Or should I start off with the, well. What do we have here? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin has taken a bit of a tumble to the downside. We have had a surprise reading yet again on the non-farm payrolls. What on earth is going on in the United States, man? This is not good. It just doesn't make sense. Average hourly earnings up by 0.6%. Are you mad? They projected 0.3. They thought it was going to drop. Non-farm payrolls, 300 and what? They projected 187, lower than last month. Double up. Unemployment rate, down again? Oh, wow. What does it all mean, ladies and gentlemen? Well, Powell said it, didn't he? We're not going to have a soft landing. We shouldn't be talking about a soft landing. This is why we shouldn't be talking about a soft landing. Stock market making significant highs. Everyone's going crazy. Buy it, and go mad for it. I'm not bearish. We're talking reality right now. We're talking the realism of what's going on. Now, that doesn't mean it's doom and gloom for BTC, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin's just got a little bit cheaper. And in today's live stream, I'm going to break it all down for you on what we are going to expect going into the start of the New York session, and then what we can anticipate going into the Asian session this evening. I won't be going live this evening, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to try and pack it all in the next 30 minutes, even 25 minutes. I'm going to try and get as much information out to you. But yes, this is an emergency Bitcoin update. Has it got your attention? Now we're going to get the flavor and get on with the charts. Dr. Vector is here. It's a busy day for me, man. It's busy. I've got to get all this stuff sorted out. I'm genuinely trying to clean these glasses so I can bloody see what I'm doing. Have we got our coffee? No coffee. Sam, I need a coffee, bro. Sam's the guy that designed the logo, who happens to be my brother-in-law. Love him. He's a good kid. He's got to the point now where he's made that many coffees for me, okay? I do loads for him. But he's made that many coffees for me, it's got to the point where I don't ask him, and then every hour or so, a coffee appears in front of me. That's what happens. That's what you've got to get to, ladies and gentlemen. If you can find yourself a coffee maker like that, that's what it's all about. Forget Starbucks. Forget all the other... Anyway, stop talking to you now. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Jokes aside. Welcome. We've had a bit of an interesting morning so far, so good. Firstly, let's have a look at what the plan was with regards to this morning's plays. Okay, so this morning we projected, I had a conversation, or I gave everyone this update on explaining to them my logic that prices were going to come down today, okay? And helping them understand the relationship with the data that we have got all week and the data that we have got right now, okay? This is all, it's been happening all the time. Jolt's job openings give you an insight into what's going on. Stick with me on this one so that you can understand how this information is going to impact the assets that will move across the board. So, Jolt's job openings comes in higher than what they projected. Fine. ADP non-farm employment change, that came in lower, giving the narrative that, okay, if the labor market is slowing down on demand, then that means that things are good in line with inflation. Why? Because it means less people are working. It means inflation is likely to come down. Now, the nail in the coffin for me was the unemployment claims. Now, the unemployment claims come in and show that it came up at 224,000, all right? Not that much more than what they had projected, but it was in essence a little bit of a surprise reading in my opinion. But we saw this trend last month. This exact same thing happened. How can you have more job offers and more people claiming benefit, okay? Now, what's more important is we got a reading last week on the employment cost index. That right there is a sign that it costs companies less to employ people. So that only means more people can go back into work. So these readings already are going to be showing a little bit of a different story. There it is. Not last week, it was only yesterday, Wednesday. 0.9%, came in lower, giving people more fuel to believe that assets should be moving up and the dollar's going down. Then what happens? Average hourly earnings have shot up. That means people people's wages are going up. That means people are effectively earning more money. But that only leads to one thing, that the cost of doing business is going to increase and consumers are going to feel the impact of that because manufacturers and all those guys that provide the goods will naturally increase their costs to balance it out. You've now got 353,000 more jobs, more people, more work, more average hourly earnings, more people earning more, less people out of work, inflation goes up. The great thing is oil has gone down, so it's a happy medium. But this is a problem for the Federal Reserve. Now we go over to the charts and we see that we projected nicely on euro. We anticipated a sweep up. Now let me explain something to all the platinum members now that I've got their attention, and to everyone in the live stream, okay? This is very important for you when you're trading Bitcoin, when you're trading everything, okay? I anticipated that during or before the news, at the news, that there will be a sweep that occurs. You go back in history, during news announcements, build up towards it, or during the news itself, they usually like to do a false move. You have to build in your position to absorb that. My target was the 108.0869. I'm favoring lower prices. So if I say to you, if you say to me, Tino, where do you think euro's going to go today? I'm going to say to you, I think it's going to go down to 1.08069. In your mind, you're going to be thinking, okay, fuck it, I'm just going to go short. I'm just going to hope for the best. The hope for the best is where I feel that gap. I feel that gap and say, just be mindful that this area right here is effectively a point where they could manipulate price. So now when you go to the chart, you look and say, right, if Tino's expecting a sweep to the upside, that means my stop in principle has to be above the range daily high, okay? Because if it does succeed that point, then it means that the news has been positive, it just goes through, hits my stop, I'm wrong on the trade, done. But if it doesn't happen, you've already got the bias that you're favoring lower prices. They've marked it all the way down, and we go into euro right now, and you can see euro has hit our target, 1.08069. Happy days. We anticipated exactly the same thing with gold. We go into gold right here, and we said the same thing. Expect to sweep up and only to come back down towards the 2035. Well, it was actually the range daily low is what I wanted. And then we go over to gold itself, and you can see gold smacks it to the downside. Did they do the sweep? A very small one, but they didn't do what we thought they could do, because you never know what they could do. But when you see them play the markets like this for a long period of time, when you've trained your eyes to understand how behavior of the marketplace is, you can capitalize on these sort of situations. Does it mean that I knew exactly where it was going to go? Not necessarily. Has it gone to where I wanted it to go? Yes. Projection complete. Happy days. Hooray! Quite frankly, it's irrelevant. For me, it's the understanding of why I came to that decision. And I'm going to show you now. First things first, we're going to get into Bitcoin. Stick with me. Let's just look at this. Inside of these ranges, in the level 2, what I teach people regarding the cycles and the guys in the memberships, I get them to understand what can happen inside of a cycle. Inside of a cycle, there are sweeps. It's consistent with all assets because what they're doing is they're preparing the range to move down. So they need to sell from the highest point so they can pick up their shorts from the highest range to mark prices down and make people believe that assets are going up. Look at Euro's behavior. Look at what they've been doing for a bit of a best part of a week and a half. Look at this. They swept up here, they came down. They swept up here, they came down. They swept up here, they came down. They swept up here ever so slightly to only come down. They swept up here, they came down. They swept up here yesterday, and then they come down. Do you remember yesterday when I was explaining that there were no vector candles inside of euro? Do we remember that? Where's the market maker? He is here. And retail traders here. Look at where market maker shows his hand. He shows his hand up here. That's market maker. Blue vector candle at the top side of the move. Happy days, it rips it down. I don't like trading news announcements. Hate it. I don't like it because I have to factor in the idea of what could happen first, okay? We go look at watch yesterday's live stream where we talked about the setups from there. They all worked out really well, but we didn't really have a problem of news per se. It was just unemployment claims, that was it, and the market just did its thing. But today was the daddy for the marketplace, okay? Now, in terms of a cyclical move, they're sticking to the plan. But we also have this red vector candle zone right here, which is a huge imbalance. So it's all going to be based on what happens when New York opens, okay? Now let's go and have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is down 0.68%. I had originally anticipated on Bitcoin to make a sweep, okay, to come down. We didn't get it, okay? And it's the same thing with Euro. Now, it's a bit tricky. If I'm saying I expect Bitcoin to sweep up to come down, you're left with the idea of thinking, okay, then, so what do I do? Do I trade the long or do I wait? Well, now you've got a different bout of data now. Things are different. So we now go into Bitcoin, and what do we have here? Well, everyone's now losing their brains because Bitcoin has actually dropped. Bitcoin has just come back into the vector candle recovery region. Bitcoin hasn't broken a significant area just yet. We get worried when Bitcoin breaks the psychological low. Bitcoin hasn't yet broken the psychological low. Now, this is where the proof of the move comes into play. If the red vector candle cannot be sustained, Bitcoin will be coming up to come down. So the first thing that we need to be doing now is we need to mark off the red vector candle and understand where we are at the midpoint of the vector. Going into the smaller time frames. All right, I'm going to get to the holders in a minute. We have now got the criteria for a V shape. Now, if you manage to exploit it, happy days. But if they're going to bring Bitcoin down, they're going to mark it back up to try and reverse it again. Okay? Logic says that that's what we would anticipate. But when we look at Bitcoin, it's done very well to hold out. Okay? So you've got to be very careful with how you trade this. The market isn't open yet. It's in the New York futures market. You go over to the dollar itself and you can see that dollar has done a fantastic job of breaking higher. We had ourselves this support zone. Look, our support zones have been holding out perfectly well. I've been showing you this. And they've worked the ranges. They prepared this move. They did it a couple of days ago on Wednesday for the FOMC. They made the price go back up again. They did it yesterday on the unemployment claims. It came down to only set it up for the non-farm. So would we all be of the understanding that they know the news beforehand? I 100% believe they do. You can't tell me that you are the liquidity provider for these financial marketplaces. You are putting money up front at stake, and there isn't one single guy that doesn't know what the news is. Please do not tell me that they don't know the information. I'm sorry. If you are of the belief of that, then fine. Okay? That's if you genuinely believe that the market is random and no one knows anything. Am I live right now? Am I live right now? You know? Am I live? Can you guys see me? Can someone type 1, please? Please tell me. Wow. Wow, I thought I was recording the whole thing. Anyways, are we all of that understanding that something, this is what happens, yeah? Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Who's saying no, man? Come on. Okay then, cool. So, right, so let's, I've noticed a few comments in the channel, just in the chat, that people have been using someone anonymous. You use the bid and the ask to take trades based on how we explain it. And you've managed to make a couple of pennies or so, okay? Congratulations on that bad boy. And someone else, Stupid Bitcoin, you said that you're using the hybrid system to craft up some ideas. Happy days, congratulations. Okay, now let's understand where we are in terms of the bid and the ask relationship. Very important. We've been using it, and these live streams that I've done over the past couple of weeks, okay, they've been based around showing you how to use this system, okay? And when you use this system, it's all about practice. I can't stress it to you. It's practice, practice, practice. You want to understand the hybrid system, go into Euro and go onto the 15-minute time frame, all right? And just look at the behavior, okay? They mark it up, they mark it down. These things happen so often. I can't stress it to you. You might think I'm crazy when I say this, but this system is all about practicing, training the eye to recognize what they could be doing, okay? Because it's all probabilities. There's no guarantees, there's probabilities. A pair of aces statistically is the strongest hand pre-flop. Does it mean that it's going to win every single hand against a pair of twos? No. But you can understand that when you take a good trade and it doesn't work in your favor, doesn't mean you're a bad trader. It means that it just didn't work. There should be no emotional attachment to your decision-making process. The only time you should have an emotional attachment is when you are allowing money to burn in your trade when you never knew how much you were going to lose. You can tell me how much money you want to make. If you can't tell me first how much you are prepared to lose, you, my friend, will lose a lot. You have to answer that question first. How much money are you prepared to lose? X amount. How much money are you going to be making? I don't know, but I've got a target zone. If it gets to it, I would have made X amount. Happy days. A gambler will tell you how much he can win. A trader will tell you how much he can lose. This is very important to understand. When you've got that in your head, you'll always go to a trade and say, I'm prepared to lose this amount of money based on price breaking this range or that range. If it doesn't go anywhere near it, you have no reason to close the trade. You can't get emotional. Oh my God, I don't want to lose money. This is trading. You lose. But you've got to be good at it. You have to be good at losing. You can be good at losing in the bad way, and you can be good at losing in a good way. Me, I used to lose really, really good. Really good. I was a bad loser. I'd burn money. Deposit 10 grand. Within 2 hours of depositing 10 grand, gone. That hurts. That really hurts. Okay? So I know what it's like to lose. At the same time, I thought, let me get good at it. So let me try lose less. And that's when my strategy changed from a swing trader in principle to a scalper because it adapted to the way I behave. Fast in, fast out. You know what the flavor is. Know your personality, know your trading style. Know you, then you'll know your trading style. Don't do what everyone else does. No. Because not everyone else is you. If everyone else can tell you who you are, ask them for a trading style. But you're not, because no one knows you. No one's there with you pressing the buttons when you're going to take a trade. No one. It's all on you. You understand that? Then you'll understand where you can start trading. Capish? Happy days. Now, Euro has achieved the range daily low, happy days. Bitcoin hasn't really done much yet, and it hasn't even taken any significant areas of interest other than the vector candles inside of this range. Now, we do have, on the higher time frames of Bitcoin, we've got a few more vectors down below that we need to be very mindful of. So we've got this vector candle zone right here. I will be frank with you all, ladies and gentlemen. If Bitcoin stays between these two price points, okay, get ready for it. If Bitcoin stays between these two price points, everything's all good. That's your emergency update. So don't worry. People are losing their minds. Bitcoin now, that's it. This is it. Bitcoin drops now. We're going to 14K. What? Really? What, from 42, 14K? Yeah, man. Like, listen, Bitcoin has just dropped from the high. It's dropped 1%, bro. The on-chain analytics are telling me, man, that this is the move where Bitcoin will actually slump to the downside and wipe everyone out because it moved 1% down. But yesterday it moved up 1%. So what happens there? Forget about it, bro. This is it for Bitcoin. It's going down. That's the mentality you've got. Right now, the way you look at it is, has Bitcoin broken any significant price point? Nope. Has Bitcoin actually challenged the retail trader? Nope. Has Bitcoin actually compromised its rally to the upside? Nope. Okay, so we keep on saying no. So what does that mean? Well, it simply means that Bitcoin has yet to really give us the understanding of whether it's going to react to what's going on with the Federal Reserve and the strong jobs data and the dominance of the dollar. But Bitcoin has only given back what it gave us yesterday. No problem. Has it invalidated the 50 EMA on the daily time frame? No. Has it invalidated both the clouds? No. Has it broken below the 5 and 13 EMA? No. It's trying to break below the 5 EMA, which is the yellow line right here. So what are you waiting for? You're waiting for Bitcoin tonight to finish. And if it can finish above the 5 EMA on the daily, that is a very, very strong support zone. Now, let's get into the bids. What do we know here? Where are my bids at? Could this move in Bitcoin be designed to bring it back up? Yeah? Like, look, we know for a fact that the stock market right now, or should I say the dollar dominance, and this, again, is very, very important to understand. Okay? The dollar right now has 3.4% appreciation. That's more buying power, okay? Think of it in value. That means I now can pick up more euros on the back of a strong dollar, okay? So when I go back into euro, I know that at some instance, euro is going to try and work its way back up. If euro does actually break this range right here, then we're completing the level 3 drop to the downside to start the next peak formation. It will have to pick up steam going into the open of the market, okay? But I've got a massive imbalance here, which is not good in Forex, okay? So we know that euro has become significantly cheaper. Now they could reverse price all the way back up towards the red vector candle and then come back down again. Cool. But we're talking about the confluences that arise at this point in time. So after a big move like this, the art of it is to wait until 3 p.m. UK time, which is 10 a.m. Eastern Standard, which happens to be the second bout of data, consumer sentiment, all right? So that comes out at 3 p.m. Please, please wait until the news comes out for this bad boy and then go about your day in trading. Now they've made the run for the profit. If the idea of value is engaged, then those investors now have got strong dollar. They can now pick up euro on the cheap. That means they can now pick up Bitcoin on the cheap. Because if Bitcoin has dropped down like this, then from now going into about 3 p.m., maybe 3:30 UK time, which is 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard, there may be still a bit more room to mark prices lower, okay? Just so that the guys who've woken up in the morning scratch their heads and think, oh my days, what has happened? Oh my God, right, okay. Darling, we need to sell our euros, or we need to sell Bitcoin, it's dropping. Oh no, what are we gonna do about your nan? She thinks she's getting her lung back. Yeah, you're gonna have to tell her to wait for that. Hasn't she died already, bro? She's 97, come on. You know, just tell her to... You get the idea. That's what's going on in the retailer's mind. Damn, Bitcoin's dropping. We look at it a little bit differently in the hybrid system. We now look and say, okay then, there's 1 million in bids right here at 42,500. We go further lower and we say, okay, still another one, still some more bids there. We've got 4.2 million at 42,350. What we're doing now for the new guys passing through, and if you are new, please type 1 so I understand my audience. At 42,126, we have another 4 million on initial amount of bids, okay? Fine. Down here, we've got 1 million, and then we've got this little cluster right here at 42,000 of 4.2 million initial amount, okay? Now, what is this telling me? This is telling me that the next nearest support for Bitcoin is over here, which sits at the 42,000 zone. So 42,000 is a very important point in Bitcoin, okay? For the holder, he has one of two options. Because we are effectively at the midpoint of this range, all the Fibonacci traders right now are waiting to see if price is going to sustain itself at this midpoint. They're getting their Fibonacci's. Here we go. So we'll get a Fibonacci, move it up all the way over to here, whatever, and then plant that there. And they're now looking at this point saying, the midpoint. Now we've got the golden mean right here. Yes, let's see the midpoint. Let's see if we can go long from this point. Market maker has said, all right, cool, listen, no bids have come into play right here. All right then, so that means the bids are actually lower. So that tells me that we can actually shake out all the Fibonacci traders who are effectively going to try and run along from this point. Let's mark it down even lower and hit these bids right here. Make those guys think that there's going to be an extension play on the Fibonacci's and expect them to get prices to go lower. They may even mark it down a little bit more until the bids step in. Now, there are 2 points that the bids can step in. Over here, we had an initial amount of 2.6 million, and it actually came in at 3.84. So 44% more volume was transacted at the 42,600 zone. I'm thinking about the market's memory right now, okay? Because the market's memory does very well because they came back down to here and they had triggered at 2.97 million initial order amount. They expanded it by 10% more, so it went to 3.28. And then down here, they had traded they had 3.63 million on this area right here. Sorry, they had 5 million at this point right here at 41,900, and they ended up trading 8.34 million. That's where the interest is. So psychologically, I'm thinking, okay, what do you think market maker could do first? Well, I need to be careful that there are no offers coming into here to believe that they're going to see prices go lower to trigger the bids. Are you with me so far, so good? Okay, welcome to all the new guys, all right? I'll talk about pulse chain in a second, my friend. Miroski, mad love to you, my brother, okay? Now, what we've got to take into consideration with this story of bids and asks is to understand realistically where in the hybrid system can we identify the interest of the offers being hit on the back of the bids showing support. Stick with me. Bitcoin has a green vector candle zone right here, okay? And that puts us in between the range of 42.2 and 42.375, consistent with our 42.600 region where we are at right now, okay? What we are looking for in principle is the offers to start slowing down at the midpoint of this red vector candle to be of the impression that Bitcoin is going to roll over, okay? If the offers do decide to come in at this point, then Bitcoin will completely recover the vector candle. If we don't see the offers come in, because look what's going on. We don't see offers coming in right here. I'm talking big offers. I'm not talking about $10,000 worth of Bitcoin. That's tuppence to the marketplace. We're talking about orders like this, 1 million, and then up here 1.3, and then going up here. We got this stack right here at 5 million, okay? I expected these offers to get taken, all right? We don't see the offers. The market is naturally going to go and run towards the bids. The bids mean they're buying. Let retail think it's going down. Let the Fibonacci trend. And listen, Fibonacci's are valid, but look at it from a holistic point of view. The masses are taught to do the Fibonacci's. You guys in here trade a bit differently. We follow the market maker's business model. We have a bit of an understanding about his footprint in the chart. Oops. An offer's just come in at 42,800, okay? That's been in the book for 24 minutes. I might not have seen that, but I didn't know. They haven't been transacted at just yet, okay? So offers are coming in, right? So this is going to justify the red vector candle recovery, so we really need to see it go for it. If price goes down, the bids are going to get triggered. That's what we're looking for. So that they can pick up. The more the bids get hit, the more justified we are in buying it. Okay? Because we want to buy when Bitcoin drops. And the sooner we get the bids to come in, and when they recover the imbalances, the easier it's going to be for us to effectively exploit a V-shaped play in this range. Now, if you decide to take advantage of this sort of scenario, okay, let them pull the move. The market is open right now, okay? Are we seeing recoveries across the board? Well, we've got a wick right there, okay? We've got Solana all the way here. Well, Solana did really well with our projections yesterday. They hit the target profits for Solana. Where is it? Where did we see that? Both Ethereum and Solana. Yeah, we had the target 2 for Solana to get taken, 101. And they actually hit 102.60. That's happy days. But they actually pulled it back right now, which is good because Solana's effectively holding the 50 EMA. And we're effectively waiting right now for the basis of the offers to come in to mark price up. And if they do not come in, we're gunning for the bids, okay? So just take that into consideration when you're trading, all right? Now, quickly going over into the book map just to understand where we are in terms of liquidity, because we can see the orders, where we at. Here we go, so zoom out. Now, this is Bitcoin, but we've got the VWAP right there, ladies and gentlemen. The logic says that we expect the VWAP to get taken at some point, okay? That means 42,990, 43,000. Bitcoin can sustain this area right here. The offers to come in to mark prices up. Remember, traders right now are running for shorts. They're getting concerned. They want to trade to the Fibonacci point at 6.18, or they want to trade the extensions, all right? So just be mindful of that. We are effectively looking now for the offers to come in. And up here, it should be saying an imbalance of minus 25 to 30%, which tells you offers are coming in, prices are going up, okay? Are we all on the same page right there? All right, and what time are we on? Here we go. So what do you think of Pulse Chain staying green and these massive numbers while Bitcoin and crypto is red? Okay, what do I think? Well, Pulse Chain. Oops. What's the ticker for that bad boy? What's the ticker? Do we have a chart for it? Yeah. Isn't it PLS? No? Where is it? What's the what is it? PLS? Is it Pulse Chain? No, it's Plutus. What's the ticker for it? Well, when you've got an asset, right? So forgive me, I don't know. No. When you've got an asset that's doing better than everyone else, it's probably everything else has been manipulated to actually go back to norm, okay? Like Bitcoin's dropped down. Logic says that we would expect it to move back up to recover the vector. Once they recover the vector, then we'll know exactly where we stand, okay? If they can't surpass the midpoint of the vector, then Bitcoin's going to roll over. That means the bids have come into action, all right? Offers are coming in, top side, 10 million at 43,000. That came in 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago, the offers have come in. That's a big offer right there. There's a huge imbalance. Market is now trying to find its feet, okay? Could come back into that zone, 42,640 before it reverses back up. That's what could actually happen. It's starting. Euro, aggressively extended to the downside, okay? For Forex, this is not right. There has to be some form of recovery. They will recover. How much for? Different story, okay? What else we got here? Tino, my strategy is to find a pumper over the last 24 hours, week, and set a short limit at liquidation's high. What EMA or vector recovery should I set? TP. I wouldn't necessarily just say, like, for example, what the gentleman's talking about is he finds Euro starting to slow down just at this point. So he finds a pumper over the last 24 hours. So let's go find a pumper of the last 24 hours, then I've got to love you and leave you. Give me a second. Remember, I'm not going live tonight, guys, okay? So here we go. Here's, I need something better than that. Here we go. Here's a pumper, right? So ICP has made a nice little move to the upside. The gentleman is saying that over the last 24 hours, he looks at a pumper over the last 24 hours, and he sets a liquidation point above the, sets a short limit at the liquidation's high. What EMA or vector recovery zone should I set a TP at? What you're looking for is the time frame that you are trading it on. So if you're on the 1 hour time frame, basing your decision on this move to the upside, and you're saying, okay, I expect prices to come back down, where should I trade towards? Factor in how your asset moves. You can see that ICP is effectively an asset that does move relatively slowly. It doesn't have really wild price swings. So you have to be somewhat conservative with a sort of asset like this, because it is an expensive asset in terms of altcoins, okay? Now, when you've got these green vector candle points right here, if you have put your position, and let's say you have put all of your capital, so you've risked, say, $5,000 for this trade, hypothetically, okay? $5,000. 25% of that profit must be taken at the first breach of a vector candle region, okay? So that would be the first breach, because that's a vector candle zone. What happens when your price goes into a vector candle zone is price could actually do this. So you could hit the target of $11.97, and then price ends up doing this. Now you're left with the idea of, should I hold on to it or not? And while you're making that decision, price reverses back up. You've now given back your profits. When you make a decision about a target profit, take it and then reevaluate the situation. You take off half the risk that you've put on. Take half of it off. Then whatever it does after that, you're going to be cool with, because you've banked yourself some profit. Now, of course, if it decides to continue to go lower from that point, you now have banked yourself more money from the previous move. You've now got more money on the existing move, so that when you've now recovered the full vector candle region itself, you can close off the trade and effectively start looking for recoveries from this point to trade back into any red vector candles that may have arisen inside of this zone right here. Where is that exact logic? Go look at Euro. Where are we? Come on, where are we at? Here you go. Look at Euro. The same logic has happened here, okay? Big red, green vector candles to the upside. They're drifting price upwards. Market maker gives a climatic move to the upside. He then rolls it all the way back down. Quick sweep to the downside. Fast move is the false move, fundamentally speaking. They've recovered all of the vector candle and they happen to hold it at this price point where there is exactly another red stopping volume vector at the lows. So the logic says that with the backing of Forex and the idea of value, that you can now pick up more euros on the back of a strong dollar. So we would expect at least a midpoint recovery back up to trade back into these vectors. It's the thought process, ladies and gentlemen. And if it doesn't work this time round, go back and look in the charts and understand how it does so that you can be receptive to what to look out for when it doesn't work. So if Euro does continue to go down lower, you may not be ready to do it yet. But then when it goes down lower and we're going into the start of a new week as well, you've got price coming down here, it will stabilize, and then I can guarantee Sunday night they will start slowly climbing up. Monday will initiate the false move and bring it all the way back up again, okay? That's what I believe is going to happen with Euro. Might not happen today, might happen on Sunday night, Monday morning. It might happen today, but we don't know until the news comes out very, very shortly. But take the logic of what I'm saying and apply it. Use this weekend to go back in the charts and apply what I'm talking about, because you will see it. You'll start to understand it. You'll sense it's happening by understanding the relationship of the vectors from one point to the next, okay? Bitcoin now coming back up into the red vector candle recovery zone. I do believe that this is the point where I will say to you all, have yourselves a wonderful weekend. I hope that this update has given you a bit of an insight. Please don't act irrationally. Be mindful when you are trading. And for anybody that wants more information, just go to tradersreality.com and check out what we do over there on the website, pinned to the top of the chat and in the description of the video. I hope you've learned a thing or two, gang. Mad love and respect, and I'll be checking in with you all on Monday. Take care, gang. Peace. you.